It is September 15th, 2023, and finally, The Rock has returned to SmackDown to get in a feud with his family, the Bloodline, question mark? Oh, no.
Why would he do that? He's scared of Roman. I've been telling you that for over a year now, Glenn.
The real answer might shock you. This is the Wrestling Inc. podcast. I'm Glenn, joined by Issa, NYC Demon Diva. Tonight, it's just the two of us. We can make it if we try. We're talking to you about SmackDown and everything going on in the world of professional wrestling. But hey, man, The Rock is back. It's what we've all wanted. It's what we've all been waiting for. Who knows? Will this lead to something longer term? This was big, though, tonight.
He did have a conversation with Pat McAfee earlier on in the day, which kind of like hinted at some people like, wow, they're all in the same city, you know? Mm-hmm. But he did talk to Pat, and I don't know if you caught that, but there were reports that he said that the match between him and Roman for WrestleMania 39 was locked in and some things didn't work out, but he's open for WrestleMania 40. So basically what we're all saying is Cody will never finish the story.
I mean, when he showed up tonight, I turned to my wife and I was like, if he's here for a bit, this Screen Actors Guild strike ain't ending anytime soon.
No, and that's the first thing that I thought about. Something not related to this, but I was listening to some people and how long they think it might go on for, and it just depressed me because of Yellow Jacket's buzz, and I miss podcasting with you, and I miss the show, and it just makes you wonder how long things are gonna be on hold. But puts it into perspective because I couldn't help but to notice that he said that on the Pat McAfee show. And we avoided a lot of interactions that I feel like if The Rock was a one-off, we would have want to have just for the shits and giggles. You know what I mean? Like the fact that we didn't see an interaction with anybody of the Bloodline, we didn't see an LA Knight interaction, we didn't see a Grayson Waller interaction. So I don't know. I don't know what this means, but it was nice to have him back, and we'll get into that when we get into the show.
So not much news happening in the wrestling talent front today. Jade Cargill is winding up her run in AEW, expected to go to WWE per the rumors, per Fightful, per everyone. That is what they think is going to happen. She's going to go to the main roster. Stay tuned to Wrestling Inc. for the developing news there.
Jade is a star. She should go somewhere where they will treat her as such. I don't want to fantasy book anything until it happens, but I think that she would get put in such a bigger platform, and she's awesome. I like Jade a lot. I'm a big fan.
Absolutely. And I think she'd do great in WWE. TKO, now that WWE and UFC have merged, they had a layoff today. Reports ranging from anywhere from dozens to up to 100 people, mostly in marketing and some logistics, some back office, not talent releases.
Yeah, I mean, WWE does layoffs every year, and obviously, if you've ever been a part of corporate America, this is normal. I'm just hoping that these people are able to bounce back and that they got some big fat severances, given the fact that this incredible merger has tons of money. So I'm hoping. I mean, they some of the names that I was seeing, I was very shocked, and these are higher up positions. So nothing but the best to them. But yeah, it's corporate America. Like a lot of people are talking about it because of TKO, etc. But these corporate WWE layoffs happen every year, just the same as talent. This year, no talent. So, knock on wood that it continues that way, and we'll see where it goes. But good luck to everybody that got released today.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And then Wednesday, news broke that SmackDown did over 1 million people in the run over, 850,000 viewers during the show with Becky Lynch in the main event. So our new NXT
You're talking about NXT. You said SmackDown. You're talking about
NXT. Yeah. Oh, sorry. NXT. Yes. NXT. Okay. Over 1 million in the run over. That's huge for NXT to pop that number.
It is huge, and I'm not surprised. Becky Lynch went on to tweet ratings Rebecca, which I popped for that. Mm-hmm. I'm not shocked they advertised this. I think they made the right call putting the title on Becky, and we'll see what it does for NXT moving forward. This is a one-off. If people want to see the title, how long are we going to keep her going back and forward within NXT? I think this could really help the brand.
Yeah, I think this is going to be huge for NXT. A bright spot in a very strange time for WWE. I mean, it's terrible that, you know, company goes public, then there are layoffs due to redundancies in the combined structure, and it's like that's when we've got The Rock coming back to SmackDown. That's when we've got Becky on NXT. It's just you know, I guess like the song says, you take the good, you take the bad. So let's talk about SmackDown tonight. Now, Issa, why don't you drive the show and tell everybody how did SmackDown open tonight?
SmackDown opened with what we thought was going to be the only surprise, but it didn't end up being the only surprise. But however, we got Pat McAfee's music, Big Pop. Michael Cole was so excited to see Pat come back. Pat cut an awesome promo, said, hey, I was just a few minutes up the road. I wasn't going to miss the chance to be here in the greatest show with the greatest fans. And of course, he gets interrupted by none other than Austin Theory. As you know, Austin Theory and Pat McAfee have long history, dating back to WrestleMania back in Dallas. Austin Theory started kind of like talking a little bit of crap about Pat McAfee, saying he's going to drop him. And then Pat McAfee says the SmackDown is the people's show. And would you believe me if I tell you that The Rock music hit and it wasn't a swerve? The Rock was there. We saw the return of The Rock, Glenn. Before I tell you what happened after that, did you pop? How did you feel?
Yeah, I mean, look, they couldn't get him for the tribute night to The Rock. We got the egg from the Netflix movie.
Never forget. I was at that freaking Survivor Series. I was so mad.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy that this has been teased. When's the last time we saw The Rock live in the ring?
That's a great question.
Yeah, I was trying to think today, and I was like, he's done some video stuff. He's been backstage. I was trying to remember his last appearance. Someone in the chat's going to have to know this. Someone's going to have this info. But it feels like it's been speculated so much.
Yeah.
That, you know, it almost didn't feel real. Because I feel that like we've been waiting. Oh, for SmackDown premiere on Fox. That was like 4 years ago.
Oh, yeah, with Becky Lynch and Baron Corbin. Yeah. Thank you, Lego.
Yeah. It's weird who they choose to put. Well, like Baron, and I like Baron, but it's weird that like Baron gets the Rock rub, Austin getting the Rock rub. Like,
I'm not surprised about Austin Theory. Austin Theory has been involved with some big names. I think somebody in the chat just mentioned it, but he's been involved with Vince McMahon, you know, Stone Cold. Like, we've seen Austin Theory rub. Like, that goes to show you. I know a lot of people is like, oh, they're not pushing him anymore. He got a John Cena match. Now he's interacting with The Rock.
What dirt does he have on Vince McMahon? Don't answer that. I mean, it's crazy, right? Because I feel like Austin Theory's gotten all these opportunities, and he's a good heel, and the kid's got potential, but it's kind of crazy when you think about that he's the project. He's like Vince McMahon's pet project. I
think Austin Theory and Grayson Waller and possibly Pretty Deadly are looking to be in really good spots right now from that last set of call-ups. So of course, after The Rock's music hits, he comes to the ring. Him and Austin Theory go back and forth a little bit. I gotta tell you, I thought Austin Theory held his own here. When he did that, it doesn't matter to The Rock. I popped. I wasn't a big fan of the censoring. I know that we're on Fox and we can say it, but half of this segment was muted because of the chance that The Rock was, you know, allowing to say. So that did that kill a little bit of the moment for you?
Yeah, I think, you know, if you're going to let somebody get away with that, and it wasn't like they were saying the C word or anything. I mean, it was asshole. Like, that's not, I mean, they say bitch all the time, which to the point where it's just stupid how much they run that into the ground. So I don't know. I don't know why they bothered to.
I wish they would have not censored it. Maybe just like it's The Rock. Just pay
the fine.
Pay the fine and let him say what he needs to say. But they muted a little bit of the back and forward. After that, The Rock obviously hits the people's elbow. Everybody goes crazy, and then Pat McAfee hits his own people's elbow on Austin Theory, who sold this like he gets paid on commission. Glenn, this was like 10 out of 10 opening segment for SmackDown.
Yeah, I thought this was really good. It got the people talking.
It got the people going.
Yes. Everybody's wondering what does this mean? I don't know, but it's provocative. So yeah, this was great. This was the most unexpected opening. I thought when I saw Pat and The Rock today on Pat's podcast and YouTube channel, I saw that clip on Twitter going around. I didn't realize they were in the same city as SmackDown. So I was like, oh, did Pat ask him. I wanted to know about that. And then people started to do the math. I'll say this: if he was in the same city and he didn't do this tonight, I would be like, oh yeah, he ain't coming back.
When I saw when I saw Pat McAfee, I kind of like my spidey senses went up immediately because I was like, you cannot put all over socials that you guys were hanging out together and get one of them in the building and not the other. You know what I mean? I mean, it was nice that it wasn't spoiled. Like a lot of it was us fans speculating because we knew that we're so close to SmackDown. Like a lot of it was just people saying, oh my God, is The Rock going to show up? But it wasn't specifically spoiled. It felt like a surprise. And again, awesome surprise. And then, can you hear me okay? Or am I frozen or are you frozen?
Yeah, I got just breaking up a little bit. I don't know if it's breaking up for the audience there.
Okay, yeah, it's
but it
like
was just stuttering a little bit. Now he's just moving in slow motion. Now
I don't know what's going on. Hold on.
It might, well, hold on. I'm on Wi-Fi. Okay, I think it might be me. Is it me? I'm frozen. Okay, that's good to know. I'm gonna fix this. Am I plugged in?
Okay, I think it's you.
Oh, everyone says you're fine and I'm freezing. I think it's me. I'm the problem. It's me. I'm gonna fix this. Easy. Keep talking to the people.
Okay, I got you. I'll move into the second segment while you fix your stuff. So we don't know who's got the crappy internet today. We all have crappy internet around here. But the second segment after that amazing opening, I kind of felt bad because I was actually looking forward to Finn Balor against AJ Styles. Like, how can you not look forward to that match? Judgment Day comes out. That's the first thing we see after the Rock segment for the Finn Balor and AJ Styles match, which was a banger, but I feel like people were still like recovering from that opening segment and talking about it. So I don't know that this got the love that it should have got. But of course, Jimmy Uso kind of like, was Jimmy Uso involved in this? I'm pretty sure Jimmy Uso was doing some things. No, Damian Priest, I'm sorry. It was Judgment Day. And Damian Priest kind of hold back AJ Styles to give Finn Balor the win here. I don't know. AJ Styles seems to be all over the place in this episode. So was Jimmy Uso.
This seems to have been fixed.
Is it fixed? I see. I
think I'm okay. Can you hear me?
We both look good on my stream.
Okay. Well, that's what matters. Okay. Yeah, I think that this was a very tough segment to follow. And it's a problem because everybody was talking about The Rock. Everybody was wondering, what does this mean? So to have Finn Balor out there versus AJ, which on any other night, I mean, could be a main event
right
in and of itself. With Finn trying to get AJ, to join the Bloodline or to join the Judgment Day. Sorry, this is where my mind's at tonight, folks. Because I'm wondering what's up with The Rock and the Bloodline. That's all the people want to know. So yeah,
trying to get Jay into the Bloodline. He's recruiting everybody, but poor JD McDonough, who have actually been helping them. Nobody wants him there, but they're inviting everybody else to join.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, Finn Balor wins. Finn Balor gets the win. After that, we go backstage to the segment that brought the nostalgia factor to 1,000,000%, where we finally see The Rock interact with John Cena. They get a big hug, and John Cena welcomes The Rock back home, even though he hasn't been home in the last, I don't even know how many years. He's only been here for like a week. But it is John Cena who welcomes The Rock home. I think Glenn is still delayed.
Super weird. Weird connection problems.
Okay,
I'm having very weird problems on my end. I don't know what's going on.
I'll let you.
I'm gonna refresh. I'm gonna refresh.
Yeah, do that. Anyway, so you guys, like I was saying, John Cena welcomes The Rock back home, which I thought was funny. It was cute, right? For the nostalgia factor of things, I personally thought that it was a good segment to see them interact, even if it was for a quick moment backstage. After that, we head over to Jimmy Uso and Finn Balor. Jimmy explains what he did to repay him for last week, and Balor plans the idea of reuniting Jimmy and Jay by having them both join Judgment Day, which to me, if you guys want to know, it doesn't make any sense for them to break out of the bloodline to go join another different faction. But that is where we're at with that. Apparently, we're gonna go ahead and try to recruit both Usos into the Judgment Day, which I feel makes absolutely no sense. Jimmy kind of like stays thinking about it, and that's how we left it with Jay as well. I don't think either one of them is joining Judgment Day, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Usos join Judgment Day and just like take advantage of them like they did with the tribal chief Roman Reigns. After that segment, LWO is standing by, and we hear from LWO. We had Santos Escobar very, very well dressed in a suit. I gotta tell you guys in the chat, I'm gonna be very honest with you. Are you back? Are we good?
Maybe. Let's see if it lasts.
Okay.
Let's see if it works.
Okay, perfect. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you okay. I'm using something, Issa, just think about your own joke of what this is the punchline to, but I'm using a setting on my router called load balancing.
Touche. So I was talking about, did you notice how Santos looked like a senator tonight on SmackDown?
Maybe he's running for office. Like
did you not think for a second he was turning? Did you not think for a second he was turning? Because you had Cruz and Joaquin in the back with their t-shirts, Selena always looking like $1 million, Ray is in gear, but Santos just stood out. Oh God, Uncle Howdy. Santos just stood out, like, and I was like, oh God, they're gonna turn him. But that's not what ends up happening, you guys. What ends up happening is Rey Mysterio cuts a promo. Santos says, hey, when I was attacked and I didn't have my opportunity for that title, you stood up for LWO, but now I would love to make my dream a reality. He said he dreams about going for the United States Championship on a match against his idol at Fastlane. And for a second there, Ray acts like he's gonna swerve, but he's like, you really gonna ask me for a title shot? Yeah, you wouldn't. It wasn't even supposed to be your title to begin with, Rey Mysterio, but we don't need to get into that. Hopefully Glenn is back. If not, I'll keep running solo. Okay, good.
Vegas internet, after the cyber attacks, it's all happening. I mean, I love seeing the LWO. I thought they looked great tonight. It's interesting the direction they're going in within the Street Profits coming out.
Santos asked his idol for that match for the United States Championship at Fastlane, and Ray accepts. They're gonna be facing each other. And as they're like going to hug it out and be La Familia, Bobby Lashley's music hit. Happy Spanish Heritage Month to Bobby Lashley. A lot of people were shocked by this. And I'm just gonna flex a little and say, I talked to Bobby Lashley about how he is from Panama over a year ago. This is all news, you guys. Just go watch my interviews on Lucha Libre Online. Cheap plug. When I interviewed Bobby Lashley, we talked about how his entire family is from Panama, and he came to the States very young. He didn't have a chance to learn Spanish, but they are, in fact, Hispanic. So all news to me. Just watch my interviews. Bobby Lashley comes out with the Street Profits, said they're gonna they want to fight. They wanted to fight Glenn, and they called out LWO. And as soon as Cruz and Joaquin accepted the challenge, did you automatically think that LWO was losing? Because I love it. I'm LWO, but I knew what was gonna happen. However, it was a squash. It was a squash.
I know. Like the LWO, remember like 4 months ago when the LWO was like the hottest thing?
Remember the end of Backlash? Well, not the end. Should have been the end. The main event should have been Priest and Bad Bunny, and that's a hill I'm dying on. And you had all of LWO hoisting Bad Bunny up in the air. LWO felt larger than life that night, right? And now here we are. If it's not Santos, Selena, or Ray, I have very low expectations on how their matches are gonna go. But maybe they had to cut back time. I don't know, right? I'm not backstage. I don't know. The opening segment went on long. I don't know. Maybe this is the match that they cut back, but this was a squash. The Street Profits won in like 5 minutes. And then they, of course, they continued to attack, and that brought out the rest of LWO to save the LWO. There's LWO and there's LWO. You know what I mean?
Well, there's the L and then there's the W. And this was Cruz del Toro and Joaquin Wilde. So it wasn't like Ray and Santos, like Ada Pin.
Yep. And then after that, we go into the rematch that everybody's been waiting for. Your favorite LA Knight, yeah, against the Miz. We played a very long video package telling their feud. Like that video package seemed to have gone on forever, in my opinion. And then we get the rematch. And I thought this was a very, very fun match in ring. I thought it was better than what they did at Payback. But maybe on Payback, a lot of people were paying a lot of attention to Cena since he was the special guest referee, and that wasn't the case here. But I thought both of these guys delivered. But of course, LA Knight delivers a BFT for the win. The winner is LA Knight. Before I get into LA Knight's promo after the match, what do you think of the match?
I thought the match was good. I'm getting used to seeing these guys. I think we need to move past this now at this point.
Yeah, me too. And we'll get into the promo, but my first thought was before he started calling people out, we have to move LA Knight into a significant feud. He keeps getting these wins,
I know,
but they're wins for nothing. They're wins that means nothing. He is racking up a winning streak, but for what? Like you want a Slim Jim Battle Royal in 2 matches against the Miz? That doesn't really.
Where's Dolph Ziggler? Bring him back. Put him in a feud with LA Knight.
All right, I'm gonna need you to relax right now. So after the match, LA Knight grabs the mic because of course we can't miss him cutting a promo. I'm still very baffled that we didn't see any interaction between The Rock and LA Knight. What a huge missed opportunity, don't you think?
Yes, and I mean it's interesting that he's talking about Rey Mysterio, Gunther, Seth Rollins, or Roman Reigns. Like he's got
to keep Roman Reigns' name out of his mouth.
But he's got to win something significant.
Right. I think that he needs to move into at least the United States Championship once we get past Rey versus Santos.
Yeah, we need to give him like something real to go for.
I did find it very interesting that he called out all of the champions from every show. Is LA Knight now automatically allowed to go back and forth? Because I thought he was just going to Raw because he was feuding with The Miz, but he's out here calling out Gunther. You don't want the smoke, bro.
Yeah.
Nobody wants that Gunther smoke, no? Anyways, after that, we go backstage to Solo Sikoa and Paul Heyman discussing the whole Jimmy Uso thing. I just want to make a quick mention to Paul Heyman's Bloodline cell phone case. It was beautiful. Where do I get one?
Etsy, maybe?
No, I don't want a Bloodline. I don't trust the Bloodline. I trust nobody but the Tribal Chief, and Roman Reigns should do the same thing. Anyway, Solo Sikoa says, hey, I know what I need to do, and Paul Heyman is very confused about who made the call. And then we go to a break, and then back from break, we go backstage to a segment between Adam Pearce and Pretty Deadly. Pearce says that, Pearce says that he hears that Elton's shoulder is healing and he should be back in no time. Are you excited to see them back?
And I love that he's like, why are you in a wheelchair?
It's his shoulders. Yeah. I said that since the beginning. I was like, I don't understand. And I think that for a period of time, they were like going back and forward over who they would put in the wheelchair. For some reason, I feel like I've seen them switch wheelchairs. But anyways, I can't wait to see them come back. And I'm glad that they're keeping them in backstage segments. We also see a little bit of a backstage segment between Damage Control before we go into the match. And then we go into Asuka versus Bayley with Dakota Kai at ringside. No Io. Where do you think Io was tonight?
She's training for her match with Asuka.
Okay, well, that's good. I kind of figured Asuka was going to get the win here because the title match is next week. Yeah. So you want to take Asuka in with a big win. But the Asuka gets the win, obviously, guys. But
Shotzi.
We did get that's what I was getting to. We did get a little bit of interaction between Bayley and Shotzi. So you think they're keeping that going, right?
Yeah, they have to. And I think Shotzi needs to win that feud.
Me too.
Maybe she cuts Bayley's hair.
Oh no. Oh no, I don't know. Like you really can't do a hair versus hair because there's like
I know.
No hair to cut. And I can't believe we're already here, but wow, actually even the show tonight, I don't know if it felt this way, but to me it felt like it flew by.
Yeah. I mean it's what it's kind of like, and I hate to say this, but if you start the day, and they tell your class at the first class of the day, you're like, hey everybody, we got great news. Like this Friday, we're taking a field trip to Six Flags. That week just flies by.
Right. I felt that way. And I do think that the opening segment was quite long, but the matches were smooth. I mean, we had a minute match too, so that also helps.
But The Rock is back, and we're going to Six Flags, Issa.
Yeah,
we just
The Rock
need
is
our parents
back.
to sign our permission slips. And then we're
The
going.
Rock is back, and the rest of the show just flew by because we are here on the main event. It was the Grayson Waller effect. Man, they advertised the crap out of this all
Oh
week,
my God.
all show. Like I thought maybe that's when the Rock was gonna come back, just based on so many freaking like advertisements of it. But yeah, we went into Grayson Waller with special guest John Cena. Were you a fan of what Grayson Waller did this week on social media? Did you pay attention to that?
I did not see that build. I was kind of busy this week.
So he said that he's been studying John Cena, and he was gonna like do this thing where he just tweets positive things the way that John Cena does, but it was a very sarcastic, positive, like always give up, or yes, take the rest of the day off. You're already lazy every other day. Why would you change today? It was that kind of positivity. If you have a chance, go back and go through Grayson Waller's timeline this week. It was quite entertainment. My kind of motivation. We have a super chat. I can't highlight it, but you can.
Yes. Why don't you read it though?
Roman Reigns is scared of Bobby Lashley. I'm not sure why that's being brought up, like Bobby Lashley and Roman Reigns. Bobby Lashley and Roman Reigns did have bangers of matches in the past, and Bobby Lashley did beat Roman Reigns in the past. But that's not the case right now. Bobby Lashley is not coming anywhere near Roman Reigns anytime soon.
No, Bobby's got us. Matt Morgan, who, by the way, I'm doing a podcast with Matt and Raj Giri on Sundays. Gigantic Pop. Search for it on YouTube. This week we're talking about the Karate Kid and Cobra Kai. But Matt Morgan said the dream job for any wrestler is you get on TV on a regular basis and you don't have to take bumps. So I think if Bobby Lashley is at that stage of his career where the Street Profits could do the fighting and Bobby can cut the promos and get the check, I think Bobby is pretty happy with that arrangement.
Agreed.
Another super chat from Sheldon Jackson saying, watching y'all on Rampage, they announced Britt Baker challenging for the TBS title and the Ring of Honor 6-man tag champs, the Embassy versus the Hung Bucks at Grand Slam.
Wow. That makes sense. I mean, both of these feuds have been going on for so long that they have to come to an end somewhere, right? We haven't seen any of these people interact ever.
Yeah.
But we're just gonna throw the match together. Listen, we'll get into that at the AEW show, but that doesn't make any sense to me, and that's one of the things that I struggle sometimes with AEW. When they tell a story, it's really good and you want to see the matches, but a lot of times they'll just throw matches together. And Britt Baker has taken like 6 losses on TV, and are you gonna challenge for the TV? Anyways,
this was amazing tonight that John Cena sat there silent while Grayson Waller just ran his mouth.
There was one of the fake tweets in the bottom of the screen, and it says, "I feel the sunshine every time Grayson Waller smiles." I'm sorry, I'm a big fan of the fake. I'm a big fan of the fake tweets that scroll through the bottom. But anyways, so Waller says that he has Cena to be on the show for a reason. He tells him that he needs some help and some advice. He tells Cena that he needs to be more like him, like Grayson Waller him. Cena looks to speak, but Waller continues to talk. Cena has had enough and starts taking off his hat and his shirt, and Grayson Waller is like, "Hey, this is a talk show, buddy." He finally lets John Cena talk, but he gets interrupted by none other than Jimmy Uso, which I will say we kind of already saw them interact. So for all the advertising that they did for the Grayson Waller effect featuring John Cena, it was a little bit of a letdown, don't you think?
Well, I was like, okay, we're getting Grayson versus Cena in something, but the Jimmy coming in interrupting makes me think we're getting Jimmy Uso versus John Cena, which is a great feud.
I think we're gonna go into a tag match, don't you think?
Well, yeah, that's
Jimmy
and
Grayson against AJ and Cena, right?
Then Jimmy attacking Cena, Solo coming out, and then AJ coming to aid Cena. Like, what's going on here? And I think back, what it made me think of that I want to watch again? AJ and Cena, their match at the Royal Rumble.
Oh my God, I was there for both their first match at SummerSlam, and I was there for the Royal Rumble match, and it's like. It's some of my favorite wrestling I ever seen.
Phenomenal. So this could go in a number of directions.
The energy was insane.
Yes. This could really go in a this could really go in an interesting direction.
We'll see where it goes, but that's the end of SmackDown, as you mentioned. So Sikoa comes out, kind of attacks Jimmy at first, but then he goes at Cena. Then they kind of team up. AJ Styles makes the save, while Grayson Waller sits on his desk and kind of fanboys the entire time. It was great. If you pay attention, the little things that he does, he never misses when it comes to staying in character. Also, big pop for Pat McAfee because the entire interaction between The Rock and Austin Theory, Pat McAfee was all of us in the background, just like marking out, and I appreciated that from him.
No,
and
meanwhile, I'm sure
that's SmackDown.
I'm sure The Rock was The Rock's still backstage, and Vince McMahon just keeps naming numbers, and The Rock just keeps going higher.
That's okay. We'll give him what he wants because I want to see him get smashed by the tribal chief.
No es como suena. So Jane Young saying, I hope the Glenn and Issa have a great weekend. Thank you, Jane. You as well.
I hope you have a great weekend too, Jane. Thank you.
Sheldon Jackson, Buck99, saying Brits match is main event in Collision tomorrow.
Wow. Did we already have the TBS title match for tonight?
I believe that's happening at Grand Slam.
Oh, okay. I'm so confused.
Yeah, I don't know.
I thought that we were getting Jade and
yeah, I thought that was the last one tonight.
Okay, because I'm watching Rampage over here on quiet, but I haven't been paying attention.
On quiet, not mute, just quiet. What's going on NXT Level Up? Cornell Bryant 499 saying it would make so much sense The Rock gave Solo the order, but to attack Cena.
Listen, we saw Nia Jax come back on Monday.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Come back. These are all Bloodline people. We might be forming the Bloodline 2.0 without the flaky Usos this time.
How was Nia's return? I didn't watch Monday.
It was a return.
Okay, it was a return. Okay.
Look, I wasn't expecting it. I just I feel like there was people in the Raw roster that are ready for Rhea. Like we seen impressive performances from Shayna Baszler. Like she sent Ronda Rousey out of here. I think Zoe Starks has been killing it. So for them to bring back Nia, when I feel like there's people that have been getting big wins and deserve a shot, kind of feels a little that's just me maybe nitpicking. But she also cost Raquel the match. So I'm very curious to see which direction they'll go with her on Monday. Are they going to go with Nia and Raquel first, or are they going to go with Nia and Rhea Ripley first? I'm not sure. But I just thought that it felt not necessary. Not for the title picture. There's other people that have done the work.
Yeah. I mean, you know, my favorite actually, my favorite thing Nia was ever involved in when she was going against her match, I think it was with Bayley in NXT.
Oh my God, the London match.
Yeah.
When nobody that was amazing. Bayley struggled so much. She kept trying to choke her. I love that match actually. Yeah. Isn't that when the Bayley song singing in the UK was born too? Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, we're nerds.
Ryan Ramirez, Buck99. What a great show tonight. Love the show, guys. Thank you so much, Ryan.
Thank you, Ryan. I even like. Do you remember when she did I know this is a Eva Marie thing, but she also had a little bit of a story with Eva Marie in NXT that I was a fan of. Yeah, I was a fan of that too. I loved Nia Jax in the Men's Royal Rumble when she entered the Men's Royal Rumble. That's a spot that I don't think any of us would ever forget. But you know, there was a little bit of a story that I saw, and I have completely forgotten about this. It's like the last time she was in a match with Rhea on Monday Night Raw, she ended up Rhea made her bleed. So I don't know if they'll bring that back into the story. I don't know what will go here, but again, I think you give Shayna Baszler this humongous win. She has all the momentum. People were chanting, "Thank you, Shayna," right after SummerSlam, and now she's just looks like they're gonna put her in a tag team with Zoe. Both of the women that could be great contenders for Rhea Ripley right now.
Yeah.
Anyways, but it was good. It was a good return. I will tell you one thing though. She was dressed in black and purple. So for a second, I thought that she had joined Judgment Day. And because Dominic was barred from ringside, they had sent her in, to kind of help Rhea. But that wasn't the case when she ended up attacking Rhea as well. But she attacked both women. She looked great.
It's an exciting week.
The Rock is back.
The Rock is back. Becky Lynch is the NXT Women's Champion. NSYNC reunited.
Oh my God.
Shakira gave a 10-minute medley performance at the VMAs the other night. That was incredible.
She is incredible.
It's a good week. A lot of bad stuff happened too, but that's good.
Yeah, but I was happy. I give tonight's SmackDown a 9 out of 10. I mean, and I know that opening segment is probably
9 out of 10 without Roman.
Yeah, because The Rock was there, the nostalgia was good, feels good. You got everybody watching wrestling in a good mood. That's my favorite thing. Like, it just felt like for a second nobody was bitching about wrestling. We were all happy. We were all enjoying it. I miss those days, Glenn.
Yeah, good times. Well, everybody, hope you have a great weekend. Issa, what do you have going on this weekend?
I don't have much going on. I think I'm gonna take some time to reset, refresh. Next week the wrestling here in Puerto Rico starts again, so I'll be busy running around. So those weekends of back to back to back PLEs and pay-per-views kind of kicked my butt. So I'm still kind of recovering from that.
Beer Money saying NSYNC and Shakira on the MTV Awards. The Rock on SmackDown is at 2001.
I love that. I love that. You know what my favorite thing was? Yeah. And I hate to say it, but like when The Rock first showed up, the camera pans to these two little boys, and I was like, they never even seen him wrestle. Like, you should have panned into a grown adult. Those are the ones that understand how big this moment is, because The Rock hasn't been around for years.
Thank you everyone to hanging out with us tonight. Killer Demon 669, Dylan Matthews, Ricky Zaldivar, MDB 999, Jack Roman, Lego Brick Collector, Cornell Bryant, JT098, AGAG, Tori, Sheldon Jackson, Nagata DeVita, and Alicia A, and the rest.
Say that one again?
Nagata DeVita, like the song.
I love that.
Yes. This was fun tonight, folks.
It was fun. It was a fun episode. Bye.
Thank you, Mr. 412, Sheldon Jackson, Jane Young, Cornell Bryant, and Ryan Ramirez for the super chats. Check out Issa's live streams and watch-alongs during feels like every wrestling show.
Basically.
Come back Monday night for handsome Jack Farmer talking about Monday Night Raw. And this Sunday, I think we're going to do it at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. Gigantic Pop over on the Gigantic Pop YouTube channel. Myself, Raj Giri, and Matt Morgan reunited, and it feels so good. Have a great weekend, everyone. We'll catch you back here next time on the Wrestling Inc. podcast. Take care.